Now more than ever, we need people to step up to start leading because there's so much going on in the world and so many people are just so lost. However, there are few people who are looking to take the initiative to put themselves out there to start doing the things in order to make the changes that really need to make happen. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the 5 keys that you need to have in order to become a great leader. Hi and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Bennett Schwartz and I'm a high performance coach and I help people live both a richer personal and professional life. If you're looking to get wealthier, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Working with so many CEOs at tops of companies, I'm going to share with you the 5 tips that you need to know in order to become a great leader. For our first tip, like anything in life, you need to have a clear vision. You see, so many times people don't know where they're going. And if they don't know where they're going, how are they supposed to get there? So as a leader, you need to have a clear vision of where it is that you want to go. It doesn't necessarily mean you need to know the exact steps that need to be taken there. However, you do need to know the destination. Because if I tell you to meet me in California, then that would be nice, but if I don't give you my address, then how are you supposed to actually meet me there? So having a very clear vision is going to be extremely important to be able to start doing that. Once we have the vision down, we have to make sure that the people on our team actually know the vision also. You see, so many times people at the top of companies have such a clear vision, but as it gets further down from the top, they end up losing that. It's so common for the people at the top of the company to understand what the vision really is, but as it gets lower down the totem pole, we have to realize that the clarity just gets lost. So making sure that we're repeating it, making sure we're having ideas, and making sure that we're actually telling people what is our vision, what is the point, what is it that we're trying to do is going to be crucial in terms of making sure that everyone is on board. Whether it's in your company or whether it's in your personal life, whether it's in your family, it is going to be extremely clear to say, hey, this is the direction that we're going in. If you're on the boat, this is where we gotta go. The final piece about vision is making sure that we're constantly talking about it. Many times a company will have somebody come out, speak about their vision, speak about their mission statement, and it's really nice and it's really important. But if we don't constantly repeat ourselves and remind the people what it is that we're actually doing and why we're actually doing it, we're not going to have a clear vision for what it is that we're looking to be doing. Making sure that we're all on the same board, making sure that we're constantly working and reminding ourselves of this vision is going to make sure and it's going to give the power and the clarity to the people in the industry in our company to make sure that we are doing the things that we're supposed to be doing. The second tip in order to become a great leader is you need to learn how to communicate. If you're able to lead a team and to be able to communicate with them very clearly, then you'll actually start to be able to do those things and be able to start to lead them as a team together. I actually know an individual in a company who is on the trajectory to become a CEO of a company. However, as he grows in the company, he recognizes that more important than the technical skills of what he was actually doing, he recognized that communication is going to be key. Being able to get your point across to everybody on your team is going to be so important to be able to make sure that we're all going in the right direction. One of the places many people struggle is that they don't want to have those conversations, and sometimes you have to get your point across even if it means that there might be some conflict. But making sure you're doing it in a respectful way is going to be a huge part to it. Because if you're not going to be respectful, then why are they going to listen to you? We all know those bosses who manage based out of fear, but at the end of the day, in the first sight of a way out, they're going to take a leap. So make sure that when you're leading your people, you are actually being respectful to them. You're getting your point across because at the end of the day, we got to get the work done. But understand that if you are able to communicate in a respectful way and get our point across, we're going to be able to start making sure that the actions that are needed are going to be taken. The third tip to become a great leader is we need to have empathy. And what I mean by that is that we actually need to care about our people. We actually need to care about the people that we're working with. So many times the higher people get, they forget about the people that they used to maybe be friends with. We have to recognize that if we want to make sure that we're actually going to be leading people properly, we're going to have the same respect. Yes, the priorities might change, and it doesn't mean that we need to constantly be doing all the old things the same, but recognizing that if we're not going to be able to have empathy for the people around us, for our team, then why is it that they're actually going to trust you? And one of the questions you need to ask yourself is, am I being nice to this team member because I have to or because I want to? And on the first hand, a lot of times people do things because they have to do it. They understand that if I'm nice, if I get them lunch, if I take them out, then they're going to be nice back and they're going to be doing their work properly. But it really comes across differently when you say you want to do these things. That I really believe in building your trust and recognizing you're a person and you're going through all your similar things in life. So if we can actually have more empathy for the people that we're working with, it's going to make a tremendous difference in terms of the energy that's just going to be transferred from leader to teammate. A really cool idea I really like about empathy also is this idea of getting curious. We should understand that people are going through things, and if we could just be curious to understand why it is that they're doing certain things, then we'll actually be able to have a lot more patience for them. So for example, if you told your employee to do something and they still didn't do it, so recognize and be curious why it is that they didn't do it. And maybe ask them that question like, hey, I know we spoke last week, what's going on? In a non-confrontational way. And by doing that, they'll actually be able to explain to you. Yes, there needs to be the accountability. Yes, there needs to be the ability for them to actually do the work. And yes, at a certain time, if they don't get the work done, then maybe they're not the right employee. But understanding that if we can start doing those things, if we can start getting our point across and just be curious about where people are coming from, then they're gonna feel like they're being heard. One of the greatest ways to do that is to ask open-ended questions, to ask them questions about themselves by asking what and how questions. If you can ask a question that starts with the word what or how, it's gonna allow them to be able to express themselves and constantly be looking to get things out of them to make sure that they're actually feeling heard. One of the biggest things that employees feel, they just feel like another piece of the pie, and because they don't feel quote unquote special, they're not gonna actually do the work or really be invested in the work. So making sure that we can all work together, making sure that you're actually speaking to people and hearing them out, so when things do happen, you can actually have that relationship with them, is going to be key in terms of making sure that we're leading in the right way. The fourth key is honesty. You see, if we're not gonna be honest with our employees, then why is it that they're going to trust us? If we're not gonna be honest with our team members, with our players, with our families, then why is it that they're going to trust us? Honesty and respect is one of the biggest things that we need to start to deserve, that one of the biggest things that we need to start to earn from the beginning. And this is one of the reasons why so many companies fail, because they have leaders in a position where they're actually not going to be having the people that are going to support them because they don't give them the respect. If we can start giving people respect and understanding where they're coming from and just be nice to them at the end of the day, then they're actually going to give their respect back. And when we ask them to do things, they're actually going to be able to do those things a lot quicker. This is why I think coaching is so important, because as a leader, you can coach your people. Leadership is coaching in a way. So let's coach our teammates to see what it is that they can start doing to really help out. And having that respect to them is going to be tremendous. But that also doesn't mean that we should let things slide. Meaning there could be a level where people are actually going to want to do certain things, and they have certain things. People like being productive. And if we can hold them accountable to make sure that they're getting certain things accomplished, and we give them the acknowledgement of what they actually did and show them the respect about, wow, that was really incredible what you did, they're going to want to do that more. Showing appreciation to somebody is really just hitting their dopamine levels, and they're going to want to do that even more. So constantly be showing your appreciation to somebody because you want to, and actually let them feel that. They're going to want to do more of that stuff, and they're going to end up taking things a lot quicker. They're going to end up doing things a lot more efficiently. The fifth and final key is personal development. You see, as a coach, I love when people are able to work on themselves. And as a leader, we need to work on ourselves. And if we can model that, if we can model becoming somebody who's going to be more decisive, somebody who's going to be more patient, somebody who's going to be able to do things and really get stuff done on time, then that's actually going to translate to all the people that are looking up to us. And if we can actually try to figure out, what is it that I want to become? Who is it that I want to become? What are my personal goals? What are the things that I really want to accomplish? Then we can actually start doing all of the things that we need to do to become that person. As Simon Sinek says, we want to become the leader who we wish we had. Everyone we're going to be dealing with, whether it's in our personal or professional lives, are going to be looking at us in a certain light. If we can become that leader to them that we wish we had, we're going to be able to do the incredible things and have an incredible effect on all the people around us. Leadership is one of these things that are so key. We really need to start taking it to heart and recognize whether you're CEO of a company or whether you're just another employee, you can start to lead. It's all about taking the initiative. It's all about doing the things that we need to start doing and recognizing that most people around us are not taking the initiative. So we need to be the ones to have the courage. We need to be bold enough to step into the position in order to make sure that we're actually leading. If you found any of these pieces of advice helpful, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell just to make sure the next time we send out a video, you're going to be the first ones to get it.